I am Apollonio. I am professor of ecology and zoology. I am working at the University of Sassari, Italy, and my researches are mainly done on mainland Italy in the central and northern part of my country. And I'm teaching vertebrate zoology and conservation and wildlife management. And my field of interest is behavioral ecology and conservation management of large mammals, especially ungulates and large carnivores. Because due to their fantastic increase in Europe and in Italy, we are now dealing with the problem of coexistence between forest regeneration and ungulate presence basically everywhere in my country and in all the kind of forest I mentioned to you. And the main problem is to be able to forecast the possibility that this forest will have a natural regeneration in the future given the increasing number of ungulates. The main point I try to deal with is to make coexistence possible among different elements of the ecosystem, and I mean I am on the side of the most dangerous part of the ecosystem that are now ungulates. I mean, ungulates have moved from a conservation priority to a pest dimension in Europe and also in some part of my country, and basically I think that this is not proper in the sense that they are part of the environment. I mean, it's obvious that ungulates are there and ungulates are eating woods or trees or grasses. We have to manage the process and not to, to be too tranchant and deciding what is bad and what is good, but try to put all together. Well, I think that one very important point from my side is to try to quantify the real impacts. Just to give you an example, some years ago I worked in a regional park where they claimed the terrible problems with fallow deer and roe deer browsing the forest. They didn't say that in the meantime they had very big breed of bovine living in the forest, with bulls that were as heavy as a ton, and they were free to browse everywhere. And then if you compare the browsing they can exert to the browsing that a fallow deer and a roe deer can exert, it's obvious that there is a big difference in favor of ungulates that were the lower problem and not the major problem in the ecosystem. I mean, things like this are important, and I think that our mission is try to make things clear in order to be able to reach a decision that is as informed as possible. My main uncertainty is the outcome of present economical situation on this system. Till now we have experienced a very quick change in terms of rewilding the environment, so an increase of ungulates, an increase of woods. But now Europe is facing an economical crisis that may change the terms of the problems and may bring back the situation in a condition in which ungulates are used for primary needs rather than seen as a conservation priority or a simple recreational opportunity. And to be frank, I don't know how quick this process can be and if this process will happen in short time. I think that the main goal could be to have, as I told before, a very clear vision of the problem and to be able to manage in a very realistic way all the elements without prejudice that can came from unperfect knowledge of the system or on a very partial vision of particular interests. In this way, I think that the FRISK initiative is very important, because it is a very serious effort to give a European frame in which to develop a common policy that is something that is really needed in our continent, and not only for forest management but for a lot of environmental issues is terribly lacking. And so basically we have to move from a situation in which even within a single country there are different answers to the same problem, to a situation in which there is a common answer within Europe to the same problem. And I think this is the only way to sort out all this problem of environmental compatibility among different elements. As I see these added values, as I told you, especially in this effort of bringing together expertise from all over Europe and experiences from all over Europe to build up this common frame that will be, I think, invaluably useful to have a realistic and a long-lasting answer to the problem we are dealing with in this context.